Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Deep Thoughts with Saya. And today we're going to talk about, being bisexual, what it's like to be an actual bisexual person. Because yes, I'm bisexual. Not that actually matters, but it's a good topic, I think. Because I think a lot of people don't really understand what it's actually like to be bisexual. They just think it's, you've got it easy. That, you've just got so many more options. You've got male and female that you can choose from. And, true, but that doesn't make it any easier. And not at all. It actually makes it a little bit harder. For a few different reasons. One reason is, you still have to find that person attractive and they still have to find you attractive. That's a given, so, check that off. It's still just as hard. But the way that it makes it actually a bit harder is how you're bisexual. Because everybody's a little bit different. Some people, let's just go with myself. And let's just tell you how I came to know that I was bisexual. So when I was young, I knew that I had a sexual attraction to girls. I knew that at a young age, when puberty started hitting, and I was one of the ones that it hit a bit early. And I'd watch movies like Revenge of the Nerds or anything. Those movies back in the day that basically there was a lot of TNA. And yeah, I liked them. I liked the TNA. But even though I had that sexual feeling towards women, I still wanted a boyfriend. I still liked boys. I wanted boys to like me. So I didn't think too much about the fact that, I found girls sexually attractive. I really didn't know about bisexuality, really. I knew about heterosexuality, obviously. I knew about homosexuality, obviously. My parents had a couple friends who were lesbians. They were a lesbian couple. So I grew up, knowing a lesbian couple, so it wasn't weird to me. But I didn't think about my sexuality as giving it a label. I just thought, okay, I still want a boyfriend. I still, like boys. But okay, the girls are pretty. Girls have nice bodies, so okay, yeah. So I went on with my life, didn't think about it. Got to high school, met a girl, became fast friends with her. She became my best friend. And that was my first emotional attraction to a female. And loved her dearly. So, since I never really thought about, bisexuality as a thing, even though by that time, I'd heard about bisexuality, but I was along with everybody else, just not really thinking that was real. That was just, horny people. Just trying to get laid by anybody that they could get laid by. So, okay. Didn't think about it. So I thought, I must actually be gay then. And I pursued that relationship, had that relationship for a while, but that's not what we're here to talk about, because that was a straining up and down relationship. But, I wholeheartedly just, okay, I'm a lesbian. No problem, no big deal. She stayed in the closet. She didn't want to admit to it. I was like, who the fuck cares? But I've always been like that, I'm me. You don't like it, that's your fucking problem. So, it wasn't a big deal to me. I still felt a need to have men like me in that way. And that confused me. I was very confused by that. Because, still I wasn't thinking about bisexuality as being something. So, I was like, well, whatever. But, after that relationship ended, I tried a few other relationships with women. One of which ended because she thought, even though she'd never been with a girl before, I was sexually experienced with women. I was her first experience with women. I helped her come out of the closet, but to her, I just wasn't gay enough. Even though I was, out and proud, I was not gay enough for her. I found that very odd. I'm like, okay, whatever. By that time, I had not had sex with a man. I'd had sex with women, but I'd never had sex with a man. So I was like, well, how the fuck am I not gay enough for you? I mean, that still bothers me a little bit. But we won't go into all that. But anyways. So that's how it came about. And then I finally realized after that, because the next person I had a relationship with was a man. And I finally realized, okay, duh, I'm bisexual. And I was fine with that. I'm like, okay. Just like with everything else, I wholeheartedly just accepted it. That's who I am. Whatever. But here's the thing that makes it hard to be bisexual. To be bisexual. I myself, I can't speak for all bisexuals, but I think it's the same with a lot of them. You have preferences. My preference is I am more emotionally and companion-wise attracted to men. But sexually, I am more attracted to women. And you might even go, oh, big deal. No, it is a bit of a big deal. Because it makes life harder. Going back to what I said, to where it is harder. Because, I'm married. I married a man. I'm happy with him. I have no desire to not be with my husband. I'm not upset that I got married to a man. But when it comes to sexual needs and sexual attraction, I still have this emptiness inside me, kind of. Because that part of me, let's say I'm not sexually fulfilled, I'm not saying anything bad about my husband in the sack. He's actually rather good. But that part of me that finds women so much more sexually attractive is not being fulfilled. I know that sounds horrible, doesn't it? It sounds horrible. And I'm not saying that I'm in hell or in pain or going, oh God, I have to have that in my life or I'm just not complete. I'm just saying it does make it harder. Because you can't get everything from your partner. Now, I'm sure that there's probably somebody out there that you could get both sides from. But seeing as how it's hard enough to find any sort of partner, if you're looking for more than just, getting laid, because yes, I could just go out and get laid if I wanted to, but to actually have a relationship, it's a lot harder. Now, I know that some people could say, well, what about a transsexual person? Yes and no. Because it still, depends on their mind. Because it's the mind that wants the man, it's the body that wants the female. So, unless you are lucky enough to be a person who gets both in your life, like, which, yeah, a lot of men would be open to their wife being with a woman. And my husband has said, if you want a girlfriend, you can have a girlfriend. But he's a Pisces. you know anything about Pisces, especially Pisces men, and I do know a lot about them, they're very, very emotional. And I don't know if that would actually work out. I think that he would end up having an issue with it. So, I never tried. And that's okay. But, that's my point. I think most, because I've talked to a few other bisexuals, they've had similar issues. So I'm just going to assume, and I could very well be wrong, that most bisexuals are similar to myself, to where they have an emotional and sexual preference. So, if you're either heterosexual or homosexual, you can get both of your needs, both of those things, through one person. But as a bisexual person, that's not the case. Now, good possibility that, like with, the idea that most people are on some level of bisexuality on the spectrum, in the sense that, you may not, like, if you're a man, you are sexually attracted to women. You only want to have sex with women. But you do look at men and go, yeah, they're pretty attractive. Or, yeah, I need them in my life. I can't live without them. They are my, closest emotional connection. You're a bit on the bisexual side. You are on that spectrum. You just don't find men sexually attractive. Now keep in mind, yes, I do find men sexually attractive. That's not what I'm saying. I just have a sexual preference towards women, but emotional preference towards men. I think that made sense. I don't know. I'm still working on getting these things to be clear and concise and get my, thoughts in order. So bear with me. But that's really all I wanted to say, as I wanted to put that out there in the world that, bisexuals aren't that lucky. Stop thinking that we are just lucky and, living it up. That's not the case. I guess that's it. This is another one of those ones where I'm like, I don't really know if I want to post this or not. But I probably will, because, like I said, I've just got to do these things and get them out there. And that was today's subject matter. So, but anyways, no feeling sorry for me. I'm perfectly happy. I just wanted to express those things to people, so anybody out there who is not bisexual understands and maybe can have a different view of bisexual people. Realize that we are out there and have just as many issues, if not a few more, than everybody else. And yeah, I guess that's it. Alright, well, thank you for watching if you did. And I guess that's it. Bye.